In a small town nestled between rolling hills and shimmering lakes, there lived a group of elderly men and women whose lives were woven together by the threads of experience and wisdom. They gathered every Saturday at the local community center, a modest building adorned with faded photographs of the town's history and the laughter of generations past. This was their sanctuary, a place where stories flowed as freely as the coffee brewed in the corner, and where the lessons of life were shared like precious heirlooms. Among them was Margaret, a sprightly woman in her late 70s with a twinkle in her eye that belied her age. She had a knack for storytelling, often recounting tales of her youth that danced on the edge of nostalgia. Her laughter was infectious, and her words carried the weight of her experiences. One Saturday, as the group settled into their usual spots, Margaret leaned forward, her hands clasped around a steaming cup. "You know," she began, "life has a way of teaching us things that we often overlook in our youth. It's only with age that we truly understand what matters." The room fell silent, the air thick with anticipation. The elders leaned in, eager for the wisdom that Margaret was about to impart. "The first lesson I've learned," she continued, "is that time is a precious commodity. We often think we have all the time in the world, but the truth is, it slips away faster than we can grasp. I remember my father telling me to savor each moment, to live fully in the present. I didn't understand it then, but I do now. Every sunrise is a gift, every conversation a treasure. So, don't wait for tomorrow to express love or pursue dreams. Do it today." Her words resonated deeply, particularly with James, an introspective man in his 80s who had spent much of his life working tirelessly in a corporate job, always believing that success was defined by titles and paychecks. He nodded thoughtfully, recalling the years he had sacrificed for the sake of ambition. "I wish I had learned that sooner," he mused, his voice barely above a whisper. "I spent so much time chasing success that I neglected the relationships that truly mattered. It's the people we love who bring joy to our lives, not the accolades." Encouraged by James's reflection, Margaret pressed on. "Another lesson is the importance of resilience. Life will throw challenges your way. Loss, failure, heartbreak, but it's how we respond that defines us. I lost my husband to illness, and for a while, I felt as if I could never smile again. But I learned that grief is not a straight path. It ebbs and flows. I found strength in the memories we shared, and in time, I allowed myself to heal. Resilience doesn't mean you don't feel pain. It means you find a way to rise above it." As Margaret spoke, the group shared knowing glances, each member recalling their own struggles and triumphs. There was Harold, who had faced the loss of his business during an economic downturn, and yet, through sheer determination, had rebuilt his life from the ground up. And then there was Eleanor, who had navigated the complexities of raising a family as a single mother, her resilience shining through the hardships she had endured. "Margaret's right," Eleanor chimed in, her voice warm and inviting. "We often underestimate our strength. It's in those moments of despair that we discover who we truly are. I learned to lean on my community, to ask for help when I needed it. There's no shame in that. In fact, it's a sign of strength. We're not meant to go through life alone." The conversation flowed effortlessly, each elder sharing their own life lessons, weaving a tapestry of wisdom that spanned decades. They spoke of the importance of kindness, of treating others with respect and compassion. "You never know what battles someone else is facing," Harold reminded them. "A simple act of kindness can change a person's day or even their life. I've seen it firsthand, as the morning light streamed through the windows, casting a warm glow over the room. The elders reflected on the notion of happiness. "Happiness isn't a destination," Margaret said, her voice steady and reassuring. "It's a journey, a series of moments that we create for ourselves. I've learned to find joy in the little things. A cup of tea on a rainy day, the laughter of children, a good book. It's about appreciating what you have rather than longing for what you don't." The group nodded in agreement, each member recalling their own sources of joy. For some, it was the thrill of travel and adventure. For others, it was the comfort of family gatherings and shared meals. They understood that happiness was not a singular experience, but a mosaic of moments, each one contributing to the larger picture of their lives. As the conversation continued, the topic shifted to personal growth. "We must never stop learning," James asserted, his voice gaining strength. Every day is an opportunity to expand our horizons, to challenge ourselves. I took up painting in my retirement, and it has opened my eyes to a whole new world. It's never too late to discover new passions. The elders exchanged smiles, inspired by James's enthusiasm. They discussed the importance of curiosity and the willingness to embrace change. Change can be daunting, Eleanor added, but it's also where growth happens. I never imagined I would take up gardening, yet here I am, nurturing life from the soil. It's taught me patience and the beauty of nurturing something over time. Margaret nodded, her heart swelling with pride for her friends. And let's not forget the power of gratitude, she said. In a world that often focuses on what we lack, taking the time to appreciate what we have can transform our outlook. I keep a gratitude journal, and every evening, I write down 3 things I'm grateful for. It's a simple practice, but it shifts my perspective and fills me with joy. The elders shared their own gratitude practices, from morning walks in nature to quiet moments of reflection. They understood that gratitude was a powerful antidote to negativity, a way to cultivate happiness even in the face of adversity. As the gathering drew to a close, Margaret looked around the room, her heart full. We've shared so much today, and I hope you carry these lessons with you, she said, her voice filled with warmth. Remember, wisdom doesn't come from age alone. It comes from the willingness to reflect on our experiences and share them with others. We are all teachers in our own right. With that, the group rose to their feet, a sense of camaraderie enveloping them. They exchanged hugs and laughter, promising to return next week, eager to continue their discussions. As they left the community center, the sun shone brightly overhead, casting a golden hue over the town. Each elder carried with them the timeless life lessons they had shared, a treasure trove of wisdom that would continue to inspire them and those around them. In the weeks that followed, the elders found themselves reflecting on their conversations. They began to notice the small moments of joy in their daily lives, the beauty of nature, the kindness of strangers, and the warmth of family gatherings. They embraced change, trying new hobbies and forging connections with younger generations, eager to pass on their knowledge. Margaret's words echoed in their minds. Life is a series of moments. They realized that it was never too late to learn, to grow, or to find happiness. They became advocates for gratitude, sharing their practices with friends and family, encouraging others to appreciate the present. As they gathered each week, the conversations deepened, exploring themes of love, loss, and legacy. They shared stories of their parents and grandparents, weaving together a rich tapestry of history that connected them to their roots. They discussed the importance of passing on their values to younger generations, ensuring that the lessons they had learned would not be forgotten. One day, as they sat together, James proposed an idea. Why don't we start a mentorship program for the youth in our town? We have so much to offer, and I believe they could benefit from our experiences. The group erupted in excitement, envisioning a program that would bridge the gap between generations and foster understanding and respect. With renewed purpose, they set to work, planning workshops and events that would allow them to share their wisdom with the younger community. They invited local schools, offering to speak about resilience, kindness, and the importance of pursuing passions. The response was overwhelming, with students eager to learn from the elders who had lived rich, fulfilling lives. As the mentorship program blossomed, the elders found themselves invigorated by the energy of the youth. They shared stories of their triumphs and failures, encouraging students to embrace their own journeys with courage and authenticity. The exchange of ideas and experiences became a source of inspiration for both generations, fostering a sense of community that transcended age. Through their efforts, the elders discovered that sharing their wisdom not only benefited the younger generation, but also brought them a profound sense of fulfillment. They felt a renewed sense of purpose, knowing that their experiences could help shape the lives of others. The bonds they formed with the youth ignited a fire within them, reminding them that learning and growth were lifelong pursuits. As the seasons changed, so too did the lives of the elders and the youth they mentored. They celebrated milestones together, graduations, art shows, and community events, each moment a testament to the power of connection and shared wisdom. The elders became not just teachers, but friends, guiding the younger generation with love and compassion. In the heart of the town, the community center thrived, a hub of activity where stories were exchanged, Laughter echoed, and wisdom flowed freely. It became a place where age was celebrated, and the lessons of life were cherished. The elders continued to gather every Saturday, but now they were joined by the youth, creating a vibrant tapestry of voices that enriched their conversations. As the years went by, the elders reflected on their journeys, how far they had come, the lives they had touched, and the lessons they had learned. They understood that wisdom was not just about age. It was about the willingness to share, to connect, and to inspire. They had become living embodiments of the timeless life lessons they had once spoken about. And in doing so, they had created a legacy that would endure long after they were gone. In the end, the elderly group in that small town became a beacon of hope and inspiration. A reminder that life is a beautiful tapestry of experiences, woven together by the threads of wisdom, kindness, and love. They knew that the lessons they had learned were not just for themselves, but for generations to come, a timeless gift that would continue to resonate in the hearts of those willing to listen.